Alright, before we go through details about cryptology, let me briefly explain about history of cryptology. Okay, cryptography or cryptology is derived from Greek words cryptos. It means hidden or secret, and graphing, it means writing, and logia, it means study. Usage of cryptology can be traced as early as 5th century during the clash between the Greek and Persian Empire. At that time, a wooden tablet which had been scraped by its wax was used to write secret message. The message is relayed with wax until the outside it looks like there is no message on the wooden tablet. To unravel the original message, the external wax on the wooden tablet had to scrape off to reveal the secret message. Alright, so next is what is actually cryptology. Cryptology is the study of codes, secret and private message, or the art of writing and solving them. It provides for secure information and communication using a set of rules that allows only those intended to receive the information to access and process it. Okay, there are three types of cryptography technique. First is symmetric key cryptography. Second is hash functions. Third is public key cryptography. Okay, Kaiser-Chipper and Affine-Chipper are one of the method of encryption techniques that can be used to secure messages, which is these techniques will be explained furthermore in the next slides. Alright, next we go to the application of cryptology in real life. Okay, first, cryptology can be a career for us actually. For example, in United States, cryptology has been introduced early to children in the form of game as they are looking for the best cryptographer in US government agencies. Okay. Second, method of cryptology are used in accessibility or password for decoder TV cable, ATM machine, smartphone and computer or any other devices that need to protect from any other dangers. Okay, next is cryptography also used in electronic e-commerce to connect all customers with secure server to perform payment transaction, supply chain management, e-marketing, online transaction processing, electronic data interchange and many more. Okay, nowadays almost all Malaysians were involved in business. Yes, especially online marketer. Okay, especially online marketer due to pandemic COVID-19. So, in order to ensure that the business is going very smooth, they need a software system to run the business. For example, a system for stock updating, a system for agent, a system for anything. Okay. Lastly, cryptography is used in pay TV. Alright, for those who do not know about pay TV is one of the electronic substation used for TV channel who only subscribe the channel. Alright, pay TV is most likely as Astro. Each customer who subscribes to this channel will be given a special card that contains a unique private key in the form of cryptography algorithm. And then the customer use that keyword to enjoy the TV broadcast that they want.
So what is Caesar cipher? Caesar cipher is a type of substitution cipher in which each letter of the plain text is replaced by a letter of some fixed number of position down the alphabet. Caesar cipher, also known as shift cipher. Caesar cipher, named from Julius Caesar, who first time used this method to send a message to his warlord, which is Marcus Cicero, for a military purpose on year 50. The process of changing information data to a code is called encryption. Then, the process of changing code to information data is called decryption. Encryption of Caesar cipher is based on the alphabet shift. Next, decryption of Caesar cipher is replacing a letter with another by an inverse alphabet shift, and the most commonly used shift of key value is by 3. For example, A becomes D. Then, encryption and decryption use all the character of 26 character of alphabet by denoting A equal to 0, B equal to 1 until Z equal to 25. The formula used for encryption is EP equal to P plus K modulo 26, and for decryption DC equal to C minus K modulo 26, where C is ciphertext, E encryption, P plaintext, then D decryption, and lastly key value. So to see the example of this encryption and decryption, let's see.
Hi, my name is Nur Umaira and I am going to present the example of scissor cipher. First, we need to let all the characters or plain text represent numbers. As example, A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 2, and so on. For encryption of scissor cipher, we use the encryption formula of scissor cipher, which is given by C, which represent ciphertext equal to E in bracket P equal to in bracket P plus K mod 26. And now we can translate plain text to ciphertext as shown on this slide. But before that, we need to set the key. For example, we set the key equal to 5. To explain more about this example, let's see the next slide. For the plain text, the word or characters that we choose are be humble. And then we need to translate all the characters to numbers. Next, we enter the number into the formula and calculate it. Lastly, we need to translate back the numbers to characters. So, the encryption of be humble is GJMZRGQJ. For decryption of scissor cipher, we use the decryption formula of scissor cipher, which is given by P, which represent plain text equal to D in bracket C equal to in bracket C minus K mod 26. Now, we can translate ciphertext to plain text as shown on this slide. By the way, we also set the key equal to 5. To explain more about this example, let's see the next slide. For the ciphertext, the code that we need to translate is GJMZRGQJ. First, we need to translate the code or characters to numbers. Next, we enter the numbers into the formula and calculate it. Lastly, we need to translate back the numbers to characters. So, the decryption of GJMZRGQJ is be humble.
Then, what is Alphan cipher? Alphan cipher is a type of monoalphabetic substitution cipher wherein each letter in an alphabet is mapped to its numeric equivalence, encrypted using a simple mathematical function and converted back to a letter. In the Alphan cipher, the letter of an alphabet of size n are first mapped to integers in range 0 until m-1. The key for the Alphan cipher consists of two members, call them as A and B, and M is the length of alphabets which is 26. For encryption, the formula we use is EX equal to AX plus B modulo M, where A should be relatively prime to M, or A and M has no common factor. Then for decryption, we use formula dx equal to A inverse multiplied with x minus B modulo M, where A inverse is modulo multiplicative inverse of the modulo M. So let's see the example of encryption and decryption of affine cipher.
Now, I will explain about the example of affine cipher. Firstly, for the encryption example, we use encryption formula of affine cipher, which is EX equals to AX plus B mod M. First, we insert the key, which is 35 in the equation, so that we will get EX equals to 3X plus 5 mod 26. Now, let's see the example. For the plain text, the word that we use are be polite. Then, we need to translate it into cipher text. For that, we insert the value in the equation and calculate it. For example, we know that B is equals to 1. So, the equation that we will get is EB equals to 3 times 1 plus 5 mod 26 equals to 8. And which is 8 is equals to I. Then, we will repeat the same calculation by substitute the other values. Lastly, we will get the encryption of B polite is IRYVM DKR. This is the affine cipher translation table for the encryption example, so it will be easy to understand the calculation. Now, for the decryption example, we use the decryption formula of affine cipher, which is dx equals to A inverse x minus p mod m. First, we need to insert the key, which is 35 in the equation, so that we will get dx equals to 3 inverse x minus 5 mod 26. For the cipher text, the code that we need to translate is IRYVM DKR. First, we insert the value into the equation and calculate it. For example, we know that I is equals to 8. So, the equation that we will get is di equals to 3 inverse 8 minus 5 mod 26 equals to 1. And 1 is equals to B. To find the inverse of 3, we can use the formula A inverse equals to I times with 26 plus 1 divided by A. Then, we will get that 3 inverse is equals to 9. Then, we will repeat the same calculation by substitute the others value. Lastly, we will get the decryption form of IRYVM DKR is equals to B polite. This is the affine cipher translation table for decryption example. And for extra information, if you get the negative value, you just need to plus with the M. So, you will get the positive value. So, that's all the calculation of example of affine cipher. Last but not least, I hope this video helps you to understand the cryptology, the Caesar cipher, and affine cipher. That's all from us. Thank you.